So the place that I go to does nothing but that sort of cleaning, but other places that,
There's really good cleaners out on 50 that are organic.
yeah, I think that's the place I used to use every all the time. Yeah, just ask. I mean, they're going to tell you that, oh yeah, our stuff is safe for every fabric, but when you're doing with it what we're doing with it, you know, like this, I have vinyl, I have a mixture of leather. I may actually apply leather to a fabric garment. Just have to be really, really careful.
Yeah, almost any dry cleaner, if you read the fine print on the invoice,
Yeah.
they're going to disavow any responsibility for the
Yeah, they will.
item just disintegrating
They will.
or whatever.
And the shape of it too, like if you're doing burnout or something really fine with, you know, holes in it or something, or mesh, and that piece of the costume just disintegrates, you're going to be heartbroken.
So you got to do the research on the fabric you're actually using.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing I don't like about Joann's or any of these retail stores is they sell you the fabric, but you can't get a copy of the label which tells you what's in the fabric or how to care for it. Or there may be no label at all, even on the bolt of fabric. So I like Vogue for that reason, because they always tell me what I'm getting. And when I get that fabric from them, they'll have a little sheet about, you know, what's in it. And, you know, another a cool aging tip. I used to do a lot of silverware in that regard, and I hang them out in the sun out back, just keep them hanging up for like 2 or 3 months. It's great, great weathering. Okay, any other questions?
You can just lay them on the floor and overlook them.
That too.
It works pretty good.
I was told by Tony earlier that we should we should drive our car over our leather. He said lay it down in the driveway and just drive back and forth across it to make it.
Well, back in the 80s, we used to lay the jeans on the driveway, stamp that ink on the tire of the car, and drive it over and stick it on eBay. It's sold pretty quick. They don't sell much anymore. It's sold good back in the 80s.
Hey, those were a style back in the 80s when there was like nothing to them. They were all worn out. And, all right, any other questions?
I have another question. I don't know if you know how to take care of actual vintage fabrics, but I have a wedding gown that I collected. It's from the 40s and it wasn't properly stored, so it's very yellowed. And it had a long lace train, but it's stiff and it kind of like froze the way it was stored, so
Right.
it's like bunched up and stiff. What do I do? Where do I take it to get it kind of restored again?
I'm going to give you a big secret. Go to a quilt shop.
A quilt shop?
Quilt shop. A lot of quilts are antique. I think most of the quilts that get passed around, I mean, I have some that are a couple hundred years old. Fabrics from that age, that was when they were just beginning to play with polyester and all these like newfangled, new age fabrics. So it might not be a natural fiber. Quilt shops sell a product which is a softener for lace products. It's also a whitener, but it is a biodegradable, safe type of item. It usually comes in a little tub and it's like granules. And they can show you what you need to do so that you can do it safely. And they can probably provide someone to assist you also if you're nervous about handling it. Do you know if the dress is a natural fiber?
I don't know. There wasn't any labels that I could see. But
If you're not sure, I would go with the quilt product.
okay.
A lot of the old quilts were sewn with silk, like the threads were silk. And the fabrics are very, very thin and fragile. Like old lace curtains, another lace curtain is the same thing. But I use this stuff all the time. And it's really, really fabulous. I just melt it in the bin, hot water, but I let the water cool down to really just room temperature and let them soak. But just be very, very careful because lace, especially when it gets older and it gets stiff like that, is very, very fragile and it may disintegrate them.
There's websites you can go to, and if you can maybe find a portion of it that you can sacrifice a small bit of the fabric, there are tests that you can do, you know, determine what it's made out of.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not necessarily 100% reliable all the time, but there's 10 or 12 different ways that you can approach it to,
Yeah.
you know.
I know that I'm a big fan of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. They also have tips on their website for preserving old fabric. But half the battle is knowing what it's made out of because, of course, back in that time, everything was couture made. So who knows? Yeah. But take it into the shop with you, and I bet you there'll be someone in there who can help you. And if they look at you like they don't know what you're talking about, run for the door. Do not shop there. Do not shop there. And there's tons of quilt shops, but I love that product. I actually use that on all kinds of fabrics, not just older stuff. There's a little bit of some sort of preservative in it. It keeps it soft and pliable, which is really the danger, especially with lace.
It's crunchy.
Yeah, it does get crunchy. There's a lot of stuff I work with too that gets crunchy. I don't know why. Just whatever type of fabric it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? No? Yay! I can go drink now. If you want to come by and say hi, or you have specific questions, I'm going to be here most of the night probably. I may not be sober, but I'll be there.